It turned out the Doberman Pinschers had attacked him based on one word, command, and the command was Rosebud.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
My luck, I'll get it all over me.
That looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good. It's a little bit off level from up here.
Are you recording?
Yep. Is he filming over there? We on cops? We on cops? I look like I'm too far away from it, or just about right?
Why don't you pull your
You
chair
see my
up?
bellies?
You pull your chair up a little bit.
Can you zoom it in a little bit?
Do what's that?
Zoom it on your mustache.
No, my mustache?
Do we have to be quiet?
No, I don't care. Hey YouTube, this is FNGFASHA, and as you can see, we are coming from a front porch. I ain't got a cup or nothing in my hand. And that's because it's not morning coffee, but it's a special afternoon session of something we're going to call front porch. And if you've been keeping up with my videos, you have probably figured out that I'm somewhat opinionated. Okay? Don't y'all get on me about how I just said that.
I didn't say a word.
Over here we got my oldest son and his fiance. Over here we got my best friend, Harry, his wife, Shyla. And of course Bertie's back over there sipping on a cold beer because it's after 12. I'm just kidding. Look, we're sitting on the front porch here today and I'm going to expound on something that's been on my mind for a long time. If you've been watching my videos, you've been figuring out that I'm a born-again Christian. But that doesn't keep me from having an opinion. It just allows me to think about how I want to put that opinion across. And I shared a story with Perry one time, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. And he says, you need to do a video on that. And basically, it's one of the things that I think has made America not as good as America used to be. Front porches. It's real simple. Front porches. Everybody, back in the day, everybody had a front porch on the house. They had a front porch on the house when they didn't have a car garage or a carport or what have you. Car sitting over there in the driveway. Mom and Dad and Fred and Betty, whoever, get up in the morning. They take care of the business. They kiss each other and they head out the door. And as they're heading out the door, they just naturally look up and down the street. And over there's Joe Bob and Ellie Mae, and up here is Thelma and Louise, whoever. But as you went to get into your vehicle, you spoke with them. Hey, how you doing? What was it? What was my old boy said in what was the movie with Captain Fire Wreckle? What was his name? The comedian. You know who I'm talking about? Don't y'all actually? Because we Jim Carrey.
Fire Marshal Bill?
Yeah, but he was in the other movie where Truman, where he walked out and he said, "Good morning, good afternoon. In case I don't see you, good night." Well, that was America. You conversated with your neighbor. You saw them going to the car. You saw them cutting the grass. You saw them coming home in the afternoon. You're hanging up clothes in the backyard. But this ain't backyard morning coffee. It's front porch morning coffee. But I want you to understand where we are nowadays. Nowadays, we live in a home. It has a garage. And it doesn't have a front porch. It might have a stoop. Okay? And a stoop is just like a little wide step with an awning to keep you dry in case you are caught out there waiting for somebody to open the door for you. But we have these decks on the back, and what is it, a fox?
It's a gray fox.
A gray fox. We got some video of that, YouTube. We will show you that. But the important part of it, just in point, if we wasn't sitting here on the front porch, we wouldn't have seen that gray fox. But people get up in the morning, they go from their bedroom to the kitchen, to the bathroom, to the kitchen, back to the bedroom, they get in their car inside their garage, they raise the door, they back out, and they drive up the street, and they go take care of their business. And guess what they do when they come home? They come back home, they hit the door up button, they pull in, they close the door, and then they're in the house for the rest of the night. They've missed all these excellent opportunities to be Americana, to talk with your neighbors. My gosh, this boy sitting right here beside me, he's 23 years old now, but the way we met some of our best friends was because he had a run-in with them down in the street, and I did what any father should do. I went down there and knocked on the guy's door. I said, "Hey, your boys talked ill to one of my kids." And he called him out of the house. He said, "You say this?" He said, "Yeah, I said that." And he backhanded him. No, he didn't do that. And y'all laugh. It's okay. They know you're here. I done introduced you.
Ain't nothing gonna put a whipping on them.
That's right. And but that's how we saw problems in the neighborhoods, because everybody knew each other and they knew if somebody was doing something wrong or if they were doing something illegal. And if they were, they either went to them directly or they called the police on them. And they got that scum out of their neighborhood, and you had a good neighborhood. But we don't have front porches no more. We just drive in, we mind our own business, we roll our windows up because it's 71 degrees out there, and if it's over 7 degrees, it's hot. We can't roll that window down and wave at people no more. You keep messing with me on camera, boy, we'll get you. And but that's just my little gripe. I mean, I guess you could sit back and say that, you know, as Americans we have some flaws. We have a few flaws. We've got these community flaws that have messed with us some, but you know, we're trying our best to overcome them. But you know, how do we overcome that? How do we get that sense of community back? I don't know. Do we go to church? Do we go to community churches? Do we sit there and we meet people that we don't know? We walk up and shake hands with people that we've never seen before, or do we just sort of sit in our own house and complain about it and do nothing about it, but complain when nothing gets done? But then you didn't take any action yourself to get anything to get done. So
I like my couch
who's at fault? I don't know. Do we need to start building porches on the front of the houses again? Sure, I'd love to have one. I'm sitting here at my boy Perry's house. I'd love to have this this porch on the front of my house. But guess what? If you got the porch, but you ain't got the enthusiasm, the willingness to go out there and meet your neighbors, it ain't gonna do you no good. So, what else? Anybody want to chime in on anything?
Chime.
Oh, here you go. Here's your one right quick. And this is a good one too. Think about how family history and community history used to get passed down. You would have a family elder, a grandfather or a grandmother, sitting on the front porch. You didn't have an iPad. You didn't have a cell phone. You didn't have 5,000 channels access on TV of pretty much nothing but filth and disgrace. You had evening meetings, like right here, sitting around. What's it, about 75 degrees out here? Yeah, about 75 degrees. Nice little wind. We just shared an excellent meal. Sheila, girl, you know how to cook salmon now. That's all I'm going to say. That stuff ain't nothing but good. And what we didn't eat, we're taking to the house. Shh, don't tell Barry. And, but you would sit out here and you would tell your family traditions. You would talk about what my father did and some of his antics as he was growing up. And then I would share some antics of mine, and then they would get passed on down to the next generation. So when Travis and Amber are sitting over here and they have a kid, let me tell you what your grandpa did one time. He sat on the front porch down in the middle of Concord, North Carolina, and made me sit there with him while he made a video on YouTube. Imagine that. Could be exciting, it might be impressive, it might not be, but these stories got passed along. Sorrow got passed along in sad stories. Good times got passed along in sad stories. But the front porch was sort of like the community area, but for every house, you know? You knew if somebody was doing something wrong, if he was stepping out on his wife, or if they had a great marriage. And if he was stepping out on his wife, guess what? The men went and had a conversation with him about that. But that was a different America. And again, will we ever get that America back? I don't know. But listen, I'm going to challenge you. Find somebody that's got a front porch. Find a reason to go get on their front porch. If they ain't got a rocking chair, buy two. And tell them one of them's for you and put it on their front porch and go over there Sunday afternoons, Monday afternoons. You know, get out of your house. Get out of that computer. Get out of that phone. Find a reason to get outside. You know, you might get bug bit. You might not. But I guarantee you this, you'll have a good time, right? Everybody come in here and look at the camera and go, woo! Not one at a time, everybody together! I ain't got but 12 minutes, hurry up! There you go. Alright, YouTube. I ain't got no coffee to share with you, but as always, rate, comment, share. Y'all take care. See ya. Bye. America. America.